Hi, this is Pranay Sharma and I am back with an R-Basic video. Now today we are going to see logical statements and if-else statement. Now logical statement is a declarative sentence which conveys factual information. If the information is correct, then we say statement is true. And if the information is incorrect, then we say the statement is false. Now for mathematical logical statements, we need comparative operators. Now we have equal to, not equal to, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. Now let's take for an example an vector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now here, if I want to check whether each of my values are equal to, let's say, 3. So I'll say b double equal to 3. Now when we actually write a comparative statement, we use double equal to, because single equal to is used for stating a particular value. So if I just write b is equals to 3, it will give me the value b as 3. Now I do not want that. We are here to compare it. Now when we talk about a comparative statement, we'll always have our answer as true or false. Now here it checks whether each of these values is equal to 3 or not. So our 1, 2 is false, 4, 5 is false, whereas 3 is true. So there is only one value that is equal to 3. I can similarly say not equal to. For not equal to, we use exclamation equal to. So this says to check whether b is not equal to 3. So we have 4 trues and 1 false, because there is one value that is equal to 3. Similarly, if I want less than, it will give me 2 trues and 3 false. Greater than, less than, equal to, and we can have greater than equal to. So you can see that the answers that we are getting is in true or false statement. This is nothing but our logical statement or comparative statement. Now we use this a lot and we make something called as if-else statement. Now whenever we talk about any algorithm in programming language, you will find these kind of examples where we check whether a particular statement is true or false. So here we are saying if a is equal to 0, then do this, or if it is not, then do this. Similarly here we are saying if b is equal to 0, then do this, and if not, then do this, and so on. So in any algorithm, we use these kind of comparative statements a lot. So one of the first things that we are going to learn where we use comparative statement is if-else statement. So first of all, we'll just talk about if statement. So for if statement, I write if and it's a function. So function parameters or arguments go inside our round brackets. Now in this round brackets, we put in a statement. So we say that if I will be checking for a particular thing, so I'll just write here, first of all, we'll have some kind of a test. And then we open our curly brackets. In curly brackets, we tell the algorithm that if it is true, what to do. So we'll have some kind of a statement. If test is true. Similarly, we have if-else statement. Now, if we are testing that if we use only if statement, so if we use only if statement and the test is false, it does nothing. But if we want it to do something if it is true and something if it is false, we have if-else statement. So for that we have if, and then we again write some kind of a test that gives us a value true or false, and then in our curly brackets we write our statement if test is true, and we put our else after this. So you can see if and else are highlighted in a different color because those are a particular function. And for false statement, we again put out our curly brackets and we write a statement if test is false. Usually, how do we write this statement? As soon as you write your if statement, you should open your curly bracket. Okay. And usually what we do is we write them in different lines. So as soon as you complete your if bracket, you should write your else and start your else bracket. This is how our statement for if else will look. Okay, this is how we design it. You can definitely write them in a single line, but this makes more easier for us to follow it later on. Okay. Now we'll take an example. Now let's say I want to test whether a number is odd or an even number. So for that I will be using another function called round. Now round function gives me a value rounded up value to a particular number of decimal points. Now if I say round my value 5.3678 with let's say 2 decimal points, I will say digits must be equal to 2. If I press Ctrl Enter, you can see here my rounded value is 5.37. It has rounded it off to 2 decimal points. Now we'll be using round with decimal points as 0. If I say 0, it will give me my integer value. So if I press Ctrl Enter, you can see here I am getting my value as 5. So we'll be using this round function. Now let's say we are checking whether an x value is equals to is odd or an even value. So for that I'll be doing an if statement, and inside our round brackets we should have a test. So we are going to test whether it is odd or an even. So for that I will say my round value of x with 0 decimal points, not x, sorry, x by 2. So I am checking whether it is divisible by 2 or not. So I am saying if I divide it by 2 and take 0 decimal points, if that is equal to my actual x by 2, then it must be a even number, right? Because if it is divisible by 2, it should give me an integer. So then this rounded value and this integer must be same. So if this happens, then the statement that I want is, I'll say print, I'll print a statement that x is even. I'll end my statement here and I'll say else. If that is not true, it should give me another statement. So it should print that x is odd. I'll complete my statement here. Now it already completes our round brackets or our curly brackets. That is why here I am getting extra brackets. I'll remove it. Okay. And if I run this from x is equals to 5 and checking whether x is divisible by 2 or not. If I press Ctrl Enter, I'm getting some problems with bracket. I'll just check. Okay, the problem is here because as I've said, comparative statement takes double equal to, not single equal to. The problem was here. So now if I run this, now see, it is saying x is equals to 5. Then if our round value of x by 2 is 2.5. Okay, and I'm rounding it up to 0 decimal points. So that is giving me 2. If it is equal to our x by 2, that was 2.5, then it would be an even value, but we know it is not equal, so that is why it goes to the else statement and it prints this particular statement that x is odd. Similarly, I can check for different values. I can put 4, press Ctrl Enter, and here we get x is even. Now here, if I actually wanted to say this, instead of this x, I wanted to say that my value this is even or odd, what I can do is I can use paste function inside our print. So I can say paste I'll open the bracket and I'll close it right now here so that I don't forget it later on. And in paste function, what we do is we write our value and then comma, so it pastes them together. So it will say take the value of x, that is 4 here, then comma, and then write this particular term after that. I'll do the same here. I'll say paste x comma, now I'll have to complete the bracket because now I have 2 brackets, and now if I show this, you'll see that it says 4 is even. Rather than saying x is even, it says 4 is even. Now here if I change it to 23, if I say press Ctrl Enter, I get 23 is odd, any number. Now we can have as many else if else statements as we want. Okay, so we can put an if statement inside an if statement. Now let's say that I may have non-integer values as well. Okay, so if I want to check whether it is an integer or not, then I will have an if statement of whether it is integer. Then I'll say do another if statement to check whether it is even or not, and so on. Okay. For that, I will take just a y value. I'll define it right now as, let's say, 12. Okay, or first I will take a non-integer value, so I'll say 12.34. Now if it is not an integer, we should not even check whether it is odd or even. So for that, again we'll use our round function. We'll say if our round value of y, where I am taking 0 decimal points, if that is equal to, so double equal to, because I am checking, if that is equal to my y, then it is an integer. So if that is the case, then do something. We'll do what we have to do, but I'll come down and I will say else. Else we should say that it is not an integer. So I'll say print, and in bracket I'll say paste, another bracket open, and I'll say y comma, I'll write down my statement. I'll say is not an integer. So for checking purposes, I know this is not an integer value. I can just test it. I can just select all of these and press Ctrl Enter, and you can see that it says 12.34 is not an integer. I have not written anything here yet, but as soon as it checks whether it is an integer value, it finds it is false. It does not even look into this bracket. It directly goes to our else statement. Now I'll write what happens if it is an integer. So I'll use another if statement. I have to check whether it is odd or even. So I'll say if, now we know how to check our odd or even. We'll say round y divided by 2 with 0 decimal points would give me equal value to y divided by 2. Then I'll open my bracket, press enter, and I'll say print paste. I'll have my y comma is even. I need an else statement. So here I will have else. I'll open my bracket and I'll say print paste by comma value is going to be is odd. Let's check. I will take an even number first here. Let's say 12. I'll select all of these, press Ctrl Enter, and it says 12 is even. I'll check 15. I'll select all of these, Ctrl Enter, and I get 15 is odd. If I take 15.567, Ctrl Enter, and I get 15.567 is not an integer. So this way we can use our if else function. Now instead of printing a particular value, we can do further procedures here and we can use this. And we can make functions out of it, we can make loops out of it. We are going to see both of those in further videos. We'll see functions, we'll see loops, and how do we use this if else statements in those kind of things. So for now, I'll end this video here, and in the next video we'll be talking about how to make our own functions. These are pre-made functions, but how to make our own functions if we want to use it again and again in our code.